analogies. So if I'm trying to talk to someone or train somebody, I get to know what their likes and dislikes are, what their lifestyle is. And then I use those as analogies to teach them, whether it's in the financial side, the computer side, or whatever it is in life, to get it, right? To get it. And whatever I can do to help that person learn, because how you learn, how you interpret things, how I interpret things, it's all different, right? And so I always say, sometimes I get on my own damn nerves because I don't let go. When I'm trying to look for something or figure something out, it's like, to me, my visual is I'm running a marathon. Now, my ass don't run, but I'm running a marathon and I've got my hand on my jugular. I don't know which side the jugular is, but we'll go with this. And I'm holding it because I'm like bleeding out, but I must get to that finish line. That's my mindset when I have a goal to meet or I've got a deadline. That is the mindset that I live in because I must finish it because it's to the death.
Well, I really think that that mindset helped you to heal. It made you open. It made you open to have the conversations. It made you open to speak up. It makes you open to solutions, finding solutions. So I really do think that part of, sometimes what happens with a bullet when you've been bullied is you get beaten down so far down that you don't see the light of day, you don't see a way out. But for you, you could always see the light of day and you're always clawing towards it, right? And so I think that not only in the in healing yourself, like bully me better, like becoming aware and understanding why she bullied you, it was a healing for her as well. To start looking at that and self-reflection and to be able to understand. And I think that they talk about civil discourse, right? To be able to have a good, uh, to be able to meet each other in the middle, to be able to listen and to talk and to understand and to really hold space for each other. And I think that's what happened for you and Michelle over time. That's what it looks like to me is that you got to where you could hold space for each other. And she had aha, then another aha, and another aha. And so her grandson was the big aha. And
Mhm.
that's when she realized it's like, hey, she started putting the puzzle pieces together of the experience, the journey that the two of you, the healing journey, there was the wounding and then the journey of healing.
Yeah, it's exactly how it happened. We both experienced different levels that always connected us both back to each other. Interesting, right? So, how ironic is it that your childhood bully helps you understand and work through an adult bullying situation? Now, that was quite interesting that that experience in itself for her to help me understand by her explaining to me the situation I was dealing with in an adult situation was her explaining to me her mindset when we were kids. And I would be, aha, that's why. Oh, that's why. Ah, that makes sense. She would explain these things to me I was in the car 3.5 hours at Piggly Wiggly, and we are talking about so many things, and she's explaining this to me. And when you say aha moments, Julia, wow, unbelievable. But if it wasn't for her helping me, I would have never understood or been empowered to stand up for myself and know to avoid the situation that just kept escalating. It wasn't getting better. It was getting more and more toxic for me. So by her explaining it to me and me being more mindful and aware of it, totally different situation when you're an adult, I was able to utilize those skills and know what to do and what not to do.
Isn't that a wonderful gift?
Very much.
It's a wonderful gift. And I think that in that gift, what I see you as being the beacon of light to give that helping hand, to be the doula in the delivery room of like helping you to understand the wounding, help you to understand how you are going to be better as a result. Because I think a lot of us, just by understanding, having insight as to the things that happen to us, and once we have the insight and put the pieces together, we realize, hey, wait a second, this was about them, not about me. And because it's about them, I can stand up because there's not something wrong with me. It's the realization it's not me. It's what they projected onto me. And, it's like working with our insecurities that they actually made, they took a little crack and they turned it into the Grand Canyon, right? And it's like, hey, wait a second, this is on you, it's not on me, right?
Yeah. Just like Bella said, it's a them problem, not a you problem, Mimi. It's
Hmm.
very interesting, the perception of children. And I'm almost sure she was about 8 at the time. She's 13 now. Might have been 9. But for her to be standing there listening to the story and come up with that idea was quite interesting for me to see a child see it in that perspective. Very, very interesting. But also the reality of that my poor grandbaby saw that Mimi, her grandma, was being bullied, so to speak, um, was also interesting. And we talked about it quite often. A few times after that, we'd get in the car and she'd bring up the topic and we would talk about it. And she would
Well,
ask
was she like a fierce defender for you? Like, was she like defending you?
my grandbaby,
Yeah,
oh gosh, yes.
yeah, 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 yeah.
She would
And
lift me up spirit wise, she would give me
mhm.
kudos and lift me up and tell me, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it's great because that strengthened her to be a fierce defender. Because when someone tried to pull that malarkey on her, she's like, oh, wait a second. I know what you're doing. That ain't okay. Right. So
That's
it's, yeah. So she's empowered by empowering you. And I think that's the whole point is like, you've been empowered. You want to empower people who don't have that self-confidence or that self-realization around what happened to them and it wasn't their fault. It
right.
was it was somebody manipulating them and coming in through a little crack and just poisoning them. And so we don't always see that because if someone over and over I have to tell you, as a child growing up is like my grandmother said to, because I have a sister, and she said to me, I was the smart one, and my sister was the pretty one. And of course, what I got from that was I'm not pretty, and what she got from that is I'm not smart, right?
Yep,
And that's not true. She's smart, and I'm pretty.
that's right.
We're both, right?
Exactly. And how many years did it take you guys to figure out that that statement was not truly true? You both
I
had,
was 30. I was 30. And honestly, my sister hasn't figured it out yet.
wow,
Yeah.
wow.
Hmm.
That's tough. That's a tough burden to hold on to yourself by somebody's words, putting
Hmm.
an impact on your future existence and your decision making, and everything is going to be driven by that statement. And
Right.
that's what happens. That statement holds on to us and becomes an integration of our life. You got to break it. You got to break that. I mean, yeah, could there be some reality at some point in some existence in your life? Possibly. That's true. It's one person's opinion, one person's moment of, how many times have you seen something happen? You're like, oh my gosh, and you mention it, but that was just a moment in time. That isn't that person all the time. Maybe there was something happen. Maybe they had a bad day that day and they just snapped out. Or that's not normally them. How many times have you come across someone and go, wow, you'll hear a story about so and so, and you're like, wow, I never even knew anything like that. Never dawned on you that somebody had that temperament or that lifestyle or whatever it is. It's just crazy how the perception of others really makes a world of difference on how they can actually cause you to bleed onto that same theory. And it just grows and grows and grows and grows onto that person when everybody should be given the benefit of the doubt because there could be a reason why that person had that moment of that time for that one person. How many times have people said, my attitude is going to depend on your reaction towards me or something of that? I can't remember the statement, but it's always, depending on how you react to somebody is how somebody's going to react back.
Mhm.
So if you've got a nasty attitude and you approach somebody, especially me, you approach me, I'm going to end up putting up a wall and I'm probably going to come out with a joke because I don't do that. I don't do the whole, I will bust out in a joke, probably grab a mic and just have a whole comedy routine right there. And I've done that several times when a situation got very hostile in a room or a whole conversation. Tina was the stand-up comedy at that event. It became a norm.
Well, that's